Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of... Well, clearly it's not Darkest of Games. You've probably figured that one out by now. So, what gives? Where's Roy? Why is it only me, Red? And what's going on? So, the following happened. The first 11 episodes of Darkest of Days, our Let's Play of that, the thing you've seen, we basically recorded that in one day. We don't live in the same city, so we're together, recorded 11 episodes. And as you might imagine, playing 11 episodes long, 11 episodes straight of Darkest of Days, yeah, that kind of takes it out of you. So after 11 episodes, I was like, I'm done. We'll have material for a month, and after that we can record more. We'll be fine. Nothing bad could actually happen. Yeah, no, we forgot. We didn't have time to record any new episodes because we were both on vacation. Roy's on vacation right now, and I thought, well, we don't have any episodes of this, but there has been a series I've been dying to try out. So let's just say you guys are my guinea pig right now. So, Cheapass Gamer, it's currently a working title. What does it mean? Well, it's me playing games that are either free or incredibly cheap. I don't have a lot of money. I'm a student right now, so I'm always trying to scratch together cash, but I do like gaming. So I felt like, why don't I explore some of these free-to-play games, some of these really cheap games, the Humble Indie Bundle, things like that, and try to figure out, well, are these good things? Is this worth your time? And is it worth playing? So, today let's start with a Duel of Champions. Now this is a collectible card trading game, a collectible card game, that uses the Might and Magic franchise. It's published and developed by Ubisoft. And, well, it's a game I've been playing a little bit lately. I kind of like it. And, well, I'll get into why. So let's log in here. So, what's interesting about this game? Well, it's a free-to-play game. It uses a similar model. It has in-game currency and currency you buy with real money. Though you actually get some of this currency even outside, even in the game, by completing the tutorial, which I highly recommend doing first. I've already done it. I'm just going to show you a full game. But it gives you a lot of money and a lot of experience, so you can get a few packs and also buy some packs. So let's check out the store for a sec, before we go into the game itself. So, it's basically, it has booster packs, like you'd expect. So we have either single packs or big boxes. And you can also buy complete decks. When you start the game, you actually get the choice from, I believe it's, these 3 decks. Either a Necropolis deck, an Inferno deck, or a Haven deck. And I bought the Necropolis deck. I chose the Necropolis deck as my starter. It's mostly about, well, death. So bringing creatures back, destroying them, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's do what everybody likes doing when they play card games. Let's open some packs. So, okay, let's buy. You got what you wanted. Okay, let's just buy 2 of these packs and go to the the collection. And there's a little button here down here that says, "Oh, open packs." So let's just open one of these packs and see what we get. Interesting. So, this is a spell. We have a creature. I think that's a water creature. I can't really use these. So there's a lot of rules for making a deck in this game. And, oh, nice. And there's a lot of water cards. Hello. Anyway. I'm probably better off explaining how this works first. What do we have here? Seems like a stronghold card. To half their remaining health, rounded up. Search target from the enemy, draw a card equal to the remaining. Huh. Okay. So, when you're building a deck, you start with a hero. Every deck has its own hero. And this basically defines a lot of what you can and can't do with your deck. As you can see, I'm playing Saria, the Seeker of the Lost Souls. And she's from the Necropolis faction, which means that you can only put creatures in her deck that are either from this Necropolis faction or that have this symbol, which is neutral. Neutral creatures you can play in every deck. So basically only Necropolis creatures and neutral creatures can be put into this deck. She also has 2 classes of magic. In her case, I believe it's Death. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it's... Let's take a quick look here. Oh no, it's Dark. Yeah, it's Dark and Water. This mostly concerns spells. So you can only play spells of those types of energy. Those types. So Ice Wall, it's a water spell. It blocks attacks for a turn. And Vampiric Embrace, it's a dark spell. So while deck building, you really need to keep an eye on what types of spells can I actually play in this deck. And interesting to note, there are more Necropolis heroes and they have different types of spells. So it's actually, there's a lot of different ways you can build a deck depending on what hero you have. Now there's also these symbols. This is starting, I guess, supply you could call it. It's basically there's Might, Magic, and Fortune. Might is usually used to summon creatures. Magic's used to cast spells, and Fortune is a sort of third type of spell. I'm not really sure. You have cards that actually require combinations. So, to give you an example of that, let's say we look at this creature. You can only cast this if your supply has 3 Might in it and 1 Magic. You don't actually use your supply. This is what really makes this game complicated, and I'll try to get into it when we start playing. You actually accumulate resources every turn, and you use those to cast all these spells and creatures. But yeah, your supply needs to have a certain makeup before you can actually cast these cards. I'll try to get to that in the later stage. I believe, yeah, decks are maxed at 95 with a hero in there, so I believe that comes down to... Oh, it's actually 95. Interesting. I thought I had different makeup. Anyway, we still have a pack to open. Let's see. What do we get for Water, Necrotic, or Death? Oh, it's a Water. Water Wall. Until your next turn, creatures with or less can attack. Interesting. That's can't play that. Oh, discard a creature card. Take a card from your graveyard and put it in your hand. That's not that great. Another Altar of the Spider Gods. Curse the pet. Deal damage to all creatures equal to half their... Again, that. Interesting. Remaining health. Yes. Well, I don't think there's anything in here I'd like to play over what I already have. No. So I'm just going to leave the deck as it is for now. So, let's take a brief trip back here and see how the money's actually distributed. So, I believe you can... No? Where can I buy currency? Need more wealth. There we go. So you can actually spend in-game money on this game. I've currently played it without actually spending any real money, and it actually works pretty damn well. So it's, I guess, $2.75 for €4, $7.50 for 10. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm European, guys. Dollars, we'll have to... it's probably the same. We always get screwed. It's probably this the same amount in dollars. So let's say, so 275, so a pack of... So you get around a premium pack, 12 cards for, I guess... Quick math here, I guess around 18 cards for $4, so that's 5 cards a buck around there. I think they were a little bit cheaper than that, but it should give you an indication of what these cards actually translate to in real money. You can as far as I've seen, you can actually trade cards. So there's, I don't really know. I haven't tried it yet. I don't believe there's a way to trade. If there is, please leave something in the comment section for that. But I've been talking a lot. Let's just play a game. Are there actually tournaments? I'm not going to go into that. I've practiced enough for now. This campaign is actually interesting. I talked about this before. I highly recommend going through this first, because every mission you complete, you actually get gold, some actual premium currency, and experience, which allows you to, and you also get packs from all these missions the first time you play them through. So it should give you a really good way of adding to your decks. But let's get into a game, because this is not your typical card game. It uses a system that's actually used a lot. I can actually mulligan if I want. Only creatures, but it's a nice curve. It goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 5. So yeah, I'll keep this. So let's see. Is anything interesting? No. So what about these creatures? They seem to have more stats than your average Magic the Gathering creature. This game works a bit different. Whenever you attack, each creature has 3 stats. The attack stat, the retaliation stat, and the health stat. Now the top number, the attack stat, whenever you attack another creature with this creature, that's the amount of damage it does. Whenever it's attacked by another creature and doesn't get killed, it's important, only if they don't get killed by that attack, they do this much damage back to the creature that attacked them. And the health, that's the amount of damage a creature can take before it dies. Damage is persistent in this game, so if I were to do 1 damage to this creature, it wouldn't regenerate that health back at the end of the turn. It would actually go to 1 health and stay that way. So I could kill it with another 1 damage from another creature or another spell. The damage is persistent. You can also, some cards heal. I believe it's pretty rare, but let's take our turn before our opponent gets mad. So one of the first things you should do every turn is choose what you want to increase. Every turn your hero can either increase the might, which is above up here, magic, fortune, or spend 1 resource to draw a card. I usually do this around the end of the game. So I like to curve out and keep playing better creatures, so let's just increase our might and play a Lingering Ghost. And I'll drop that. Yeah, I'll drop that there. Now, these lanes. Oh, I can actually end my turn here. These lanes, what's up with these? Well, there are 3 types of creatures. You have melee creatures, you have shooters, and you have flyers. Melee creatures can only be placed in the first lane of your play area. So you can only place melee creatures in these 4 rows. Ranged creatures, shooters, can only be placed in the back row. Oh, well, that's dead. So then start a creature. That's fire magic for you. Shooters can only be placed in the back row of your field. You can have a creature in the front row and the back row in every lane. Flyers can be placed in both positions. So it doesn't really matter if you place them over here or over here. There's also most ranged creatures have this ability, immune to retaliation, meaning that if you attack something, the opponent, even if they still live, they can attack you back. So they also have, shooters also have mostly 0 retaliation, so they don't hit back as well. Another important thing is that you can't attack the ranged creature if there's a shooter creature, if there's a melee creature in front of it, with a melee creature. Ranged creatures can attack both sides, melee creatures can only go down the lane. And if there's nothing in the way, then they can actually attack your hero. And if your hero reaches 0, that's the point where where the game's over. So let's try to stop this little maniac. I'm going to put my Neophyte Lich over here. He's quite a lot of health, so we should be able to take him out. And I'll place this Wretched Ghoul up top. Let's see if I can sneak in some damage. And end the turn. Oh, I forgot to actually add something. There we go. Increase my might more, get more creatures out. My deck's mostly dropping a lot of interesting creatures. And, well. Hello. What the hell was that? Enchanted creature. Next turn, enchanted creature gets... Why would he increase the stats of my creature? Ah, that was actually a mistake. I was wondering. Well, it doesn't last, so... Oh! He conceded. Well, too bad. And I locked some achievements, I didn't even know that. Interesting. Well, that went faster than expected. I want to do a quick check. We'll play another game, an actual game. I mean, I didn't have time to... Ah, yes. I was hoping I unlocked a few more packs. Sin of Enlightenment. I like that card. Draw 3 cards. And an event. Well, this is another wrinkle into this game. It's pretty complicated when you come down to it. I'll explain these sideways cards when we get back into the game. I'm just going to take a quick peek if there's anything. No, nothing I can play in my deck right now. Okay, let's try to grab another game. Find another opponent. So yeah, there's a lot of interlocking systems in this game. But I feel like the tutorial actually explains it very calmly and very effectively. So by the time you're actually playing in these matches, you've got a good feel for how everything works. Oh boy, no, that's no. I'd like to get another hand for this. That's better. Better out of the gate. Okay, so you probably also know there's these cards below. What are these? Those are events. Every player enters the game by every deck you build has to also have a separate event deck that contains 8 of these event cards. At the start of the game, these event cards are shuffled together, and the start of every turn, a new event card gets dropped, and the old one gets, the one that's here gets moved one to the left, and this one disappears. Now, what the event cards are, these event cards have abilities that everybody on the game, both you and your opponent, can use. So it gives a really interesting wrinkle because you're bringing 8 cards that your opponent could potentially also use, and you really want to stack these to the point where you can actually you get more use out of them than your opponent. So it's really a matter of, okay, what cards do I think I'm going to use get the most use of, but my opponent isn't. Let's drop this and Ghost here. So there's a lot actually happening. There's managing your supplies, there's managing the events, there's managing all the abilities your creatures could possibly have, and there's also the fact that you're playing on 4 lanes, basically. Creatures are attack in their lane. So let's say this is a lane. He attacks me from here, and well, this creature actually attacked from here to there. It can only attack this direction. So if I had a creature here, these creatures can't actually attack there unless they've been moved. And there is, as always, there are actually exceptions. Some cards have abilities that ignore that rule, but let's just try to beat this guy for once. Okay, so this guy has melee guard. This creature into each situation. So combat damage, melee combat damage is reduced by 1. And also adjacent creatures have that. But I do 2 damage, so that one's gone. Now you might have wondered why he didn't actually damage my creature before. It's because my creature has an ability called Incorporeal, which is a really good ability, I believe. And, well, it says half damage from non-magic creatures rounded down. So if you only get 1 damage, you don't get any damage. It's a really good ability. So, do I want to play a few 1-drops? No, I'm actually going to play the Plague Skeleton, which has one of my favorite abilities in this deck. I'll get to that in a minute. And, yeah, and my turn. So what this has is immune to retaliation, like a lot of shooters. It also has Infect. And what Infect does is whenever you deal damage with that creature, you put a counter on it equal to the number of the Infect count, in this case 1. And that counter, at the start of every turn for that creature, it takes 1 damage equal to the Infect counters on it. So, let's say I did 1 damage to him, he'd lose 1 life, and every turn afterwards he'd lose another life. So he'd slowly tick down until he didn't have any life left. It's a ability I really like, because even if you don't win a fight, they're still slowly ticking away, they're still eventually going to die, just because you pinged them for a second. So let's see. First I'm going to do some damage over there. And yeah, I think I want to keep increasing my might. The biggest creature I have is 5, so I should be able to play any creature I might draw. Let's see, what does he have? Immune to retaliation and charge. Oh, that's annoying. But if he hits this creature, that one also gets damage. Damn. Yeah, I probably want to get rid of that pretty fast. I don't think I could do this at this turn. No. Can't play Mark of Death. I have the resources for it, but I don't have the magic counts. So I can't play it this turn. So, I think I'll at least make sure that guy dies eventually. I could attack, but retaliation would kill him. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. At least now I get more damage out of it. Oh, of course, retaliation damage is 1. Yeah, no, he doesn't take any damage. Cool. And I'm going to play a Plague Zombie, another creature with Infect. And I'll drop a Skeleton Spearman, just a 1/0/2 creature. Not that spectacular, but it does its job. We end the turn. So, okay, she could have light and wind spells. As you can see, it took 1 extra damage, and next turn is just going to die, unless he does something about that. Yeah, that lane wiped up. Afraid of that. Okay, so I don't have to do anything to that. That dies next turn. I'm not really using the events yet. I usually use those at the end, around the end of the game when I'm swimming in resources. Start of the game, yeah. It's very rare I use these things. I think it's more of a late game tactic. But I bet there's people playing this game who disagree with me. Damn, another one of those chargers. My melee defense. Damn it. Okay. This is getting out of hand. I want to increase my magic because I want to get those death marks out. Really good for taking out creatures. Okay, that one dies. That one only give me 2 damage. I don't really mind. Ping that for 1 at least. Okay, he's going to kill both. Because he has charge, he's going to do damage to both. I'm going to shift this guy up. To actually fight with him. So I can hopefully get some damage output over there. And I guess I could drop him over here. He has enough health to survive that. I don't want to play all my creatures at the same time. Yeah, no, that should be enough. So it's a kind of complicated game, and to be honest, it's actually damn good for a free-to-play game. I mean, there's no any animations or anything, well, aside from flyers bobbing up and down, but the art is really cool. And all the different ways how this game works, the interlocking systems, the fact that you need to manage the supply as well as your resources, as well as the cards in your hand. What the hell is that? Cannot be the target of darkness spells and is immune to the damage and effects of darkness spells. Can have counters placed on it. What the? Holy hell. That's basically a counter to me. Damn. Okay. Let's see. So, I can damage that guy. Yep. I can't really damage him, I believe. Oh, and I can actually just... No. Protection. That wasn't smart. Yeah, my bad. Oh, I really wish I could get that. Okay. Go to let the magic. And I can't... I would have death warded him, but he can be targeted by darkness spells. That sucks. Okay. I'm gonna bring in some reinforcements for him. I also can affect him because I can't get counters on it. So, yeah, I'm just going to attack him. Just do some damage. Hopefully take him out next turn. Probably not. I still have 2 resources left. Yeah, I don't mind if we both draw a card. It's probably going to help me more. He's ahead right now. But yeah, I really like the art on these cards. I also really like all these effects. The fact there's retaliation damage. It's a really interesting system. Really. There's also a foiled card, Wolf Marksman. This is just boosting him before dying, even when attacked. Okay. He's dropping more and more creatures removed from damage by flyer creatures. So, damn. This is what I really hate about the order deck. There's a lot of creatures that work together. They give each other extra defense bonuses, so these creatures are now really hard to kill. Basically, I can't do damage to it. This guards 2 flyer damage, and this only does 2 damage, so I can't do anything. What is this? Top card of your library revealed. As long as this of your library's creature, all friendly creatures get, and all enemy creatures get. Okay, so... Right. I do more damage, but I also get more retaliation damage. Great. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see. How am I going to solve this? I want to keep adding to my magic so I can potentially play a board wiper. And I think I'm just going to let him block some damage. Yeah, I think I can leave it like that. Get a creature back. Is there something I really wanna... I think I want to grab back a creature with this card. Back a Lingering Ghost. I'm not going to play that right now. I am going to play Crippling Feathers. This puts crippling counters on 2 creatures, and that means that they have 1 less attack and retaliation. I'm going to put that on these 2. At least reduce the damage he's doing to me. And I can't... Yeah, I could use Death Mark to take him out, but I think I'm going to count on getting that out in 2 turns, and hopefully not dying beforehand. I'll just have to save up my creatures for now. Let's hope he doesn't kill me. So another interesting thing during deck building I found is that you really need to figure out what are these 4 things you want to focus on. What are these 3 things you want to focus on? Because you have a deck that you could build a deck that requires a lot of might, a lot of magic, and a lot of fortune. But because you can't actually, you can only upgrade 1 at a time. If you wanted to cost things of 5 on all 3, even if you have the resources, it's going to take a really long time before you can drop those. So it's really, even deck building, you need to figure out, okay, I guess the best thing is to just go for 2, maybe splash a bit of the 3rd. I could actually play fortune cards of 2 with a requirement of fortune 2, because, well, I don't need to do some damage to that. Okay, I could actually play that because of 2, because my hero starts with 2, so I wouldn't have to upgrade that anymore. But I think I do play a fortune card or 2 of that type. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry if this is really confusing. I'm trying to both play and explain and also take my turns on time, and I just don't have the time to explain every card, I'm afraid. I just highlight them so you can stop in the video if you really want to read. What does this do? Just a really strong attacker. That's fine. Because my creature has life drain, so every damage he does, he gets some damage back. So, long turn, he should be able to win that. And I'm going to use this to destroy one of his creatures. Now, is there anything really powerful at... No, I can only destroy that one. Or the Griffin, but I'm going to go for this one because it... yeah, I can put one of these. I'm going to go for that one because it makes the other creatures a bit tougher, and I don't want that. So I really can't do anything else. I could discard a card, then draw a card. No, I don't really want to do that. I could play more creatures, but I want to play this really big board wiper. Which isn't going to wipe these guys, but... Okay, well... Oh, I could have played Lingering Soul because it doesn't... Damn, okay, that wasn't really smart. I could have actually played this because he's a flyer, and this doesn't hurt... Tsunami doesn't hurt flyers, so... Yeah. So enemy creatures... I think he didn't play that, but I now know he does have it. So, that's another flyer. Damn it. Oh well. I can wipe some of this board, but I can't kill everything. It's actually going to kill one of my own creatures too. So, yeah. I don't think I could actually win this. This speed. We'll see. Taking a lot of damage here. Okay. Oh God. Not one of those things. Yeah, I think this is GG. I'm pretty sure this is GG. Okay, so let's up my magic count once more. I'm going to take him out first. There we go. And play Tsunami, yes. And now I don't have any creatures left and I'm dead. Yep, he has 5 damage on the board. I did not calculate that correctly. Well, end the turn. Well, that could have gone a lot better. Let's see. Yes, adding insult to injury, just dropping a lot more creatures. He knows he's got me dead right now. Just wants to, I guess, show off. And that's me dead. Welp. At least I got some XP in gold. Now you can use gold to actually buy new cards, new packs, and the experience. I believe every level or so you gain some extra gold or some extra seals that you can use to buy some stuff in the store. So yeah, that's pretty much Duel of Champions. It's currently free to play game. I'll put a link in the description So you can go to the site of Ubisoft and actually download it. You don't need any credit card, anything to play, to make an account. It's just a completely free game. And I actually think it's worth your time. I've sunk about 10 hours into it already. And it's a pretty fun game. It takes a very short while to get used to, but once you've actually gotten used to the gameplay, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's highly recommended. So, thank you for joining me on this very first experiment. Please leave any comments, any suggestions, any tips in the comment section. And thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you in the next video.